Alright, it's May 7th, doing 1,270 push-ups today. I just did a bunch of leg exercises, and now I'm thinking I should actually just do some arm circles here. I'm feeling okay today. I didn't have much aches. Actually, in the morning my left arm was really aching, and so I was just digging my fingers in like certain spots into my muscles and stuff, and I kind of like hit certain points, and it kind of relieved whatever pain I was feeling. So I was quite relieved about that. And but there's still a soreness, like not while doing nothing, but like what I'm doing now, like I don't feel anything. Except I think my quads are really tight or something, and I'm always having these like knee pains when I'm doing this right here, like just like right, like you know, around my knee and stuff. It's very uncomfortable, almost like slightly painful. So I think I might actually incorporate some more quad like exercises, for like not lunges or squats, but just like very basic leg lifts for like 4 sets of like 10 and stuff. It should be fairly simple. Shouldn't be intense to do at all. Just to see if I can gain more like mobility with my knee in that sense. Anyways, it's 5:53 p.m. so it's much earlier. It's almost 6 p.m. So I'm happy about that. I'm not on a time crunch or anything. So yeah, we'll get into it. One thing I'd like to add is I feel very different, and not in a way I could really explain. I feel like it's like, you know, I've been through like so much fatigue and stuff, and so much I've exerted myself, you know, for the past 127 days. This will be the 127th day, and so I don't know, I guess that just comes with, you know, what I said, in the sense that, you know, I've been doing this thing for a while now, and I don't feel like, you know, how I used to normally. I wouldn't say I feel stronger either. Quite the opposite. Actually, the word I think I would use is like I feel kind of like anxious, in the sense that, you know, I never know what's gonna happen in terms of like injury and soreness. Like, so I feel like I'm waiting for something, which isn't great, like if you can imagine how that feels. But I'm not like I'm not going through like any anxiety or like any episodes that way. I'm just determined. But yeah, I don't know, it's just it's a very hard thing to kind of explain, other than that, like, you know, mentally I can explain how I feel physically, but, you know, mentally and physically, it's like, you know, it goes together, and it just does, it feels, you know, very different. And best way I can describe that is I feel, you know, anxious but fatigued, and, you know, with like some sort of strength or determination to it. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and Start with the 70 set. We're gonna do these slow. I've started doing that the past couple days. I won't probably count these as push-ups, or just this one I'm about to do. I just like seeing what each kind of level feels like. Alright. It felt decent. Minus the popping of my joints, but it didn't hurt. Okay. I'm gonna start slow here, like, 5 or however many I really feel like doing. But now we're starting the push-ups. My toes are still bruised. I've been checking every day. Of course, I want to do basic push-ups. I'm still doing supinated push-ups. And, yeah. Anyways. Alright, that's 6. Still have this bandage on. It's actually stayed on pretty well. I think it's been like through 2 showers or something. So it's holding on well. This is just a regular protein shake with strawberries and half a banana. Probably like 3 or 4 whole strawberries altogether. They're sliced. I'd say more around 3 whole strawberries. I don't have anything to, I'm not gonna be, at the moment, I'm just gonna focus on push-ups, but I could end up throwing on some YouTube on the TV or something. But yeah, I think what I was trying to get across is I just don't feel great. It doesn't feel great. Just with all the soreness and stuff. I'm sure you see, but starting on almost on the second half of the paper. I got this. I got another paper. I'm starting to hang these on my wall. This one I made a bit wider. Let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, I do like the 3 rows. I feel like, get more out of the paper, or more days. For whatever reason, it's even though it's covering, actually I think what it is like the actual number of push-ups. You can see the spaces, but there's like hundreds and stuff. You see the spaces in between all the pen writing and stuff. It's probably those gaps, like there's writing there, but like obviously you kind of see some paper there that's not written over, so I think that's also maybe why. The three rows would be, or columns I should say, the three columns would be better, but that's okay. I wanted to try and see what, you know, it would look like that, and it looks cool. 15. I'm not doing any of like the 100 push-ups per 10 minutes. Not until like I get probably like around halfway, where if I've ate through like 2 hours, I may, you know, pick up the pace, but we're just taking it kind of light. I think we're feeling kind of warmed up. I'm gonna open the window. That's one thing I should do. Oh yeah. Okay. I do find that I feel like better mood-wise, you know, having more time between 12, you know, I have like 6 hours, so I really can, you know, do it leisurely. But yeah, it's interesting. I've never felt like this ever in my entire life. So it's very new to me. I wouldn't say it's enjoyable either. But yeah, I do feel like I need to be careful and really getting to the point where um, I'm not really able to distinguish anymore how my muscles are doing, because they're always sore. There's always something that's kind of acting up. The last thing I want to do is destroy, part of my body. Joint wise, I feel like mainly. But I haven't really hit the point where, like, my body is like screeching in pain. At that point where, like, it really hurts to do a push-up or something, I would stop. But I just get these pains. I'd call them minor pains while doing push-ups, and more pain actually is like, throughout the day, or like after I wake up type thing, or even like maybe an hour or two after. I get these like aches that I'd kind of classify as like a medium pain, like that is like more painful feeling than when I'm actually working out and doing the push-ups. But there are times where I would say it does hit a medium, especially with like my thumbs, or like just whatever tendon, or my hand and my palms. Mainly those hurt more than when my arms and shoulders do. Like, it hurts so bad that I have to I have to readjust my hands. Like, it hurts that bad. Alright, we've hit our 70. Continue just filling out the lines there. There's like a section here that I didn't fill out, which I guess I could have, did the actual numbers of like the whole numbers that are actually in the number, or like of the hundreds or the tens of the actual push-up amount that I'm doing. I could have, still put that on the other page and continue just to put the rep number and fill out that blank, but I just moved it on to the next page. I've done that with my other paper there. I'm looking at my other paper though, and it's so much different, like, because that's like 700 or 800s there, or probably up to 900, and these are, let's see where this one began. So 980 is where this one started with, so that one is probably like, 7, anywhere from the 600s to the 900s. So this one's probably gonna be up to like 1400 from 1000. But anyways, I'm collecting these pages and just putting them on my wall for like a memento for myself. So, you know, I figured I'd do that rather than just throw out the pages, you know. I figured that just made sense. You know, I don't have anything hanging on my walls other than my calendar, so it would be nice to look at. I could think maybe, oh wow, I can't believe I was doing that 2 years ago or something. May 16. See kind of what time it is, I'm sure. 6:12, okay. So, I say by 7, whatever we're at, we should kind of do the 100 push-ups per 10 minutes. Ideally, I want to finish by 8, but I know I won't, so 9 is kind of the next time I'm looking for, and that would be 2 hours and 47 minutes from now. So that'd be about a 3-hour video, and I'm okay with that 3-hour session. I haven't done any other additional exercises this week. It's been a very tough week, I'm not gonna lie. Just in terms of like shoulder pain and stuff. Which is another reason why, you know, I've been contemplating about stopping the challenge so I can focus on maybe some more practical applications for training the box and stuff. But ultimately, I think I just need to get into the gym, the boxing gym or club, and you know, that'd be good. Of course, you know, the work I put in on my end is, you know, beneficial, of course, and whatnot, but I feel like this is somewhat beneficial, maybe. I don't really know. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of want to see how long I could last. And I feel like I could do a whole year, but I really, I guess I have other things I'd like to do. And as much as I'd like to, you know, not making anything from doing this really, other than maybe building on some muscle, but it's kind of going through my mind is if I'm, doing push-ups fast enough, which is kind of stressful. I want to do it at a decent pace in my head, but at the same time, another part of me just wants to take as much time as, that I kind of feel like I need, which is what I'm doing essentially, but there's always that voice that's pushing me. One. I don't feel lightheaded or anything, but maybe it's just my head playing games with me, but I kind of feel like passing out. It's like, just the kind of feeling I'm feeling. Probably because I don't know if I call this like unnatural, but it's pretty extreme. swear this guy always makes a video titled "This Tech is Broken" and cross out. It's kind of funny. Just like clickbait at that point. set. Working on the 1100 set. It's been 38 minutes. We've done 170 push-ups. It's a slower day for sure. Alright, 13. this old towel, one I used yesterday, for like a knee pad. Three. Just because it's a little bit hard. My legs are touching it just barely, so should be better. The next hour, we'll do our 100 push-ups per 10 minutes. 647. We're at 91. Alright, that's 100 set. We're gonna try to do 100 push-ups per 10 minutes now. It's like 6:47. We'll go with the 6:50 time, and we're gonna try to just get ahead here. And 13. $649, $650. Okay, now we gotta be on our game here. I don't know why my arm clicks sometimes. I've been trying to figure it out, like position wise, but I don't know. Seven. You know, it's a little bit of a process, but I do feel like there is that period of time where I like need to warm up before I can like start pushing like this. Still got like 1,000 push-ups to do here. push-ups to do still. It's crazy. Crazy work. We'll have, after this, we'll have to do like 900 or something. 43. I do feel more like awake in the sense I can go a little bit at a quicker pace. Yeah. I'm gonna try to keep it with the 10 minutes here. We're like 3 or 2 minutes ahead, and I'm fine with like 2 minutes. Seven. All right. 6:57. We're at 87. 800. Now working on the 900 set. We have like a minute here. It's 6:58, so got a little bit of time here. Okay. Alright, let's keep up this tempo. I'm just gonna listen to this. Alright, we're falling behind definitely with that. I was just flossing my teeth there. I didn't floss yet. And it's 7:03. Oh, so we're right on time. I was like, what? How did 9 minutes pass? Okay. 150.
It's never a good sign. I actually have a feeling, and I mean, I don't want to insult the GOAT, right? But I have a feeling Magnus probably didn't remember all of the intricate details of this particular variation. Maybe he did. Maybe that's completely wrong. But after 25 minutes, you know, he played in a way where he gave White a lot of potential initiative. The way that White is supposed to play this position is to Black is supposed to put the bishop on c6. So bishop d7 is actually the most flexible move, because after castles bishop c6, you immediately target this pawn, and yes, White can try to go for knight a5, except you can't because the bishop is covered. So then White would have to do something, and Black can play knight bd7, and maybe Magnus knew this. Maybe he did. I don't know, right? It's crazy to think he didn't know all of the intricate details of a position, right? Maybe he knew this and he didn't like how symmetrical and potentially drawish it was, so he went here. Maybe he deliberately provoked Jordan. And after knight c5, Black actually has the option here to retreat the bishop and defend the pawn. Magnus didn't do that. He went here. So at this very moment, we are looking at a spot where Magnus is sacrificing his b pawn.
I don't know what time it is, but I just know I should probably do more. And 66. I don't know why I keep moving my phone away, but it's 7:06, so we're just on time. I hate this. I wish I didn't lose all my time. That I caught or was ahead, you know, by 2 minutes. But yeah, I just stay determined and help push me, I guess. That should give me a good minute lead. Still 7:06, so yeah. Okay. And we're gonna be at this for still probably an hour and a half. An hour and 20 minutes, I mean. Alright. We'll do 7 here. 800 set, I believe. Yeah, the 800 set. And it's 708, so.
Potentially allowing the doubling of these pawns, right? Like 96. And there is a very legitimate chance we'll get a position like this. Very dynamic, knights versus bishops, strange pawn structure. So Magnus is playing very creatively, but he's down an hour. If you go back just a few of these moves, I mean, we just started the game. Magnus played 5 moves without thinking, and in his next 5 moves, spent an hour. That cannot possibly be a good sign, even if you are the best chess player in the world. Even if this 8x8 grid, you are the best player, like, of anybody. You see you down, you probably understand better than anybody. It's probably a bad sign. Now, you're...
Start this next set.
Thinks for 39, 35 minutes, which is very normal in this stage. And it's one of the things I hate about classical chess is that you have to then spend half an hour understanding why you memorized what you memorized. Everything that Jordan played until this point was memorized with engine analysis, and now he has to navigate the waters. And he navigates them correctly. This is the best move. Taking on b7 is possible, but then of course we'll get this. So you develop the bishop, you stabilize. Now black undevelops, and Jordan also targets the bishop. And the point is that if black were to retreat, let's say here, well, white just has a lot more development. White will castle, then maybe play h3, and then start jumping in the pieces into the board. Magnus gives away the bishop and damages opponent's pawn structure. But in doing that, the b file will be open, and white still has a lead in development. And when you have a lead in development, you can capitalize on that with something called initiative. Initiative in chess is a series of moves that you make that create threats to the opponent and also improve the placement of your pieces at the same time. So bishop d7. Now, if I'm playing with white here, I'm looking at short castling. If you're a beginner, intermediate, castling here, probably the way to go. Moving the knight again to attack that pawn.
15. I'll just say 45. I think it was 46, but just counting from on the down and not the up. 714. We're at 45 reps, so we're just there. I haven't been, much attention to the time, but we're doing okay. On pace, so that matters really. Okay. Okay. 60. Gotta keep going here. 61. stand. Okay, 75. $7.19. We're just on par with it. We hit 90. And we'll push right now for 10. There you go. Yep.
Yo, you want mushroom chips?
Why? Not particularly.
I'm gonna throw them away otherwise. If you don't want them, I'm gonna throw them away.
Okay, I'll try.
Because nobody else in the house wants them. They're not bad, but they're more of an acquired taste.
I'm not gonna lie. Open them up, and those are some thick ass mushrooms. I don't think I will eat them.
It kinda does. But then you would take the night. The night is still hanging. Just alright. Route to AA. Back this place.
Okay. So we are starting the new set here.
Magnus here is kind of stuck because if he goes to the back
11.
line, rook a8 is absolutely vicious, and now you cannot move the black king at all. You have to go f6, give up a pawn with a check, which is completely devastating, and then you're probably going to lose the second pawn. But bishop, well, you're not actually going to lose the second pawn because of 19-3. Position is completely insane. Bishop g5. That move looks like it hangs a bishop. It kind of does. But then you would take the knight. The knight is still hanging. So we have rook takes c5. Magnus grabs Jordan's pawn. Now Jordan.
I'm confused. Why did he not want to go there, though? He said the horse would have went there, but he still would be up a pawn. All he'd have to do is move his tower. What if he... Yeah, he could have got one of the horses for sure. Or... Am I missing something? I don't know. I still feel like that would have been the better move. Anyways. He moves there. Yeah, I don't get that. Whatever. 11. Oh my god, it's 7:23. I'm at 25 right now. So somehow I'm behind time. Okay. 5.
sure they get bonus time. So now they have a lot of time to play this endgame, and Jordan is going to have to find a way to break through. The way White wins this is by simplifying. You're not going to checkmate Black with these pieces. There's too many. If you trade a pair of rooks and you win the pawn and you get rook versus knight purely is a draw, provided the knight is close to the king. But with extra pawns, anything is possible. So Jordan's going to
40.
try to beat the go-to endgames. Rook g3, Magnus plays knight h5, rook c3, trying to trade the rooks. Magnus says no thank you. Now we play rook c2, preventing the infiltration. Magnus passes back the king. Jordan positioning himself, looking for something. Rook e2, bishop c3, can't really find a way through. Oh, maybe that's the way through. Okay, the rook has to move. Jordan goes bishop d4, and he manages to trade the rooks. This is a big win, but still Black has very good defenses. Knight h4 for Magnus. But now, bishop d2. Here the move g4 apparently was very strong. And the point is that you go for bishop f2, target the knight, which now cannot return here. And after bishop f2, the king can come here with g4, and then h4, and then h5. That's apparently the way you do it. Jordan doesn't play it, and loses the pawn on g2. So Jordan has one pawn left. Let me be very clear. If Jordan loses that pawn, he's never winning this position. Ever in a million years. So Magnus has actually fought back. Jordan needed to play g4. I'm not sure what he didn't like about this move, but he doesn't play g4. He probably thought Magnus's pieces were going to be super stuck. But now comes e4. And knight f3 is possible, hitting the bishop and giving away the knight. It looks like the knights are just stuck. The king is touching both knights. They can't be parted. So we have rook to a7. Magnus goes king g8. And Jordan has blundered a draw because the pawns and the knights are all working together. How on earth is Magnus doing this? Makes no sense at all that his remaining pieces are able to defend each other this well. Bishop takes, knight takes. This has to be a draw, right? In all likelihood, this endgame is a draw. But I did tell you, with extra pawns on the board and the king far away from the knight, it's not so simple.
Okay. We're at 27 now. I'm not complaining. It's 7:28. We fall behind us, okay? So we got lots of time here till 12. 4.5 hours. And after this 100 set, we'll have 600. We'll be over halfway. And it's 7:29, so we're just gonna take just a second here. Go for the 15. $85. these mushrooms away. Let's get the next 300 in here in the hour. The finished hour, I mean, 7:30, so and we'll have 300 left. Still feel like this is a long time.
With black, you think you put the king here, then I don't have, then I don't have 6. Oh, white's gonna put the king at f5 and try to get in with the rook, and then try to put the king on g6. It's not so simple. King h7. Magnus trying to defend himself. King g6, rook e5, knight f5 check, and apparently knight d4. Straying away from the position was wrong. It was better for him to play h5 check, and if the king went to f4, to snuggle on that square. So Magnus needed to keep the knight close to the king with h5 and knight h4. Instead he wanders this way, and before you know it, he makes a mistake, and he's losing. So apparently king h7 was incorrect. Maybe throughout this point, the king and the knight are already so far apart that the knight is trappable. A rook could trap a knight. A rook could be put on a square where the knight is not going to have enough mobility. Knight d4 is apparently inaccurate. Right here, the position is back to equal. If black plays king to g6 on low depth, maybe it's not. Maybe on table base it's still winning. But knight c3 is a big mistake. It's a big mistake, and after king to f5, the knight cannot come back. It can only go via e2 potentially. So Magnus is just sitting on top of a horse, walking through the fields, overlooking a Norwegian fjord. Like he's just on top of a big mountain. He's overlooking it, strolling through like typical Norwegian things, picking berries or mushrooms. I have absolutely no idea. I don't know what they do over there in Norway. Rook e7 is a mistake. Instead of rook e7, rook d3 was the best move of the night. It's like borderline stuck. It's like not getting out anytime soon. And you have like this, and then the knight tries to escape this way, and you have king e4, and apparently the knight like geometrically will try to come back, but he can't. It's gonna scramble over here. There's gonna be some sort of like king move, like rook c4, rook c6, and then the knight's just stuck. But okay, both guys have less than.
Yeah. 16. $30.
2 minutes. So we have rook e7, which apparently is the wrong move. Rook e7 is incorrect. We're on the 68th move at this point. Knight d4 check. King f4, king g6, rook e4. But the game apparently is a draw again. But knight b5, rook c4. Magnus goes for a crazy complication. I think here, he had to go king g8 maybe. That was his better chance, I think. But okay, it's back to winning. Rook c4. Magnus goes king h5, allows the fork here with rook c5 check, but then there would have been a g5 counter. So Jordan is winning once again, but not with this move. Jordan blunders the draw again. Here he needed to play rook c5, and then basically wherever the knight went, like a7, there's some insane line where you get the same position, but it's black's move. So like rook c5, knight a7, or yeah, if you look at this, it's like rook c6, knight a3, rook c3, knight b5, and then you like come back. You gotta like walk the king over. It's so complicated here. Knight a3 is back to a draw apparently. Rook to d4. The knight continues to attack. Rook d3, king h4, and Magnus has made a to now go back with the knight. There's no way to trap the knight. If the rook was on c5, he would trap the knight. But by that point, black would be running down the board with his pawns. So Magnus has saved the game. But here, he needed to go back. Because if he went back, it would be a draw. But he goes forward. And now, after king f5, there is no move for black. See, if black starts taking the pawn, there's rook c3. That's the problem. He took away his own idea. Now the knight goes to b1. Rook c4 check is the winning move. Jordan doesn't play it. So rook c4 check would win the game, because if you take, I take, and the knight will never escape. Why will it never escape? If it goes to d2, rook c3, king g2, rook c2. That is why. So that is why. Rook c4 wins the game. Jordan doesn't play it, and for like the 14th time, the game is a draw.
Okay. Oh man, I'm probably behind. I'm not even gonna look at the time anymore for a little second. Let's see how far behind I am. 7:36. We just did 50. So we're like a minute, probably 2 minutes behind. We'll attempt to catch up here. It's gonna be less than 3 hours, probably 2 hours and 40 minutes-ish. That's a decent amount of time.
Now Magnus only draws with the move g4. Pawn takes, king f4, king h4. I don't even know how I'm supposed to explain that to you. He goes knight a3, and once again, Jordan doesn't play the best move. He plays a good move. Rook c5 was winning, and in this position, rook a2 once again is a draw after knight c4, and Magnus has to run back this way, not to d6, where he would be susceptible to checks and potential things like this. Apparently knight d6 is losing to rook c5 check. Knight b6 is a draw, because knight d6 loses the check here, rook c6, and then there's mate, and then like knight f7, there's rook f6. But if you put the knight on b6 in this position, if you put the knight on b6, then after rook c5, king h4,
Oh, I see.
loses check, and you don't get to mate me. This is so sick. So Magnus goes here, and that's losing. That's losing because of rook to c3. There now is no knight to b5. Rook c5 like this. Knight b1.
Oh man. Yeah, we're so behind probably. Alright, 80. 7:39. Just gotta hang on. I feel like, not doing push-ups anymore, but there's so much time, really, that it's silly to stress over. I'm just working hard. 74. Okay. Yeah, I finished this 94. Alright. 740, that's 100 set. Borderline. We've done 770 push-ups so far. We're working on the 500 set. So we're cutting it down to the very last bit. Hasn't hit the 2-minute mark, so we might have just bounced back slightly. I'm at 17. I hit 742. So you gotta get to the 3 minutes here, and then we're just playing with like 20 seconds of rest and stuff. Alright, 30. So we're waiting for it to turn 7:43. We could do it just hit 7:43. So we're right on time. Might hit the 40s. Alright, 45. Now we pulled a little bit of a lead by like 30 seconds probably. Just hit 7:44. We're at 45 reps. We're gonna take a little bit more time as we could hit 60. We'll just take 20 seconds and then alright, we're at 63. It hasn't even hit. Now it just hit 7:45. So we're not chilling. We got like a minute, maybe in the next one we will. Alright, like 40 seconds. Magnus will be working on the 400 set, so. And after the 300 set, it's only 200. Alright, 63. I'm so bored of counting. I've been just counting.
Very instructive. The knight is on its worst place square on the first rank in this lifetime game. Magnus Carlsen resigned right here because the knight is stuck. It only has 3 moves. Knights on the rim, knights on the corner. They're bad. They have a lot less movement. When you go to b6, you go to a8, c8, d7, d5, c4, a4. Once you get to that first rank, Magnus resigned. He's got nothing here because in this position you will just lose rook d1. That's game over. You don't have enough time. Magnus Carlsen going down to Jordan van Foge's in a basic win for Jordan. Probably his first in class. Maximum his second. Definitely, I think his first. Breaking. I don't know what Magnus's streak was. I can't imagine it was extremely long.
Okay. Alright. It's 100 set complete. Now on the 400 set, 748. Gained the lead. I'm gonna try not to lose it. Because obviously I'll have to work harder, or much harder, to catch up, and I don't want to have to do that. So, anyways, pushing through.
Probably the last time Magnus lost at Glasgow was the table stakes game against Gukesh. Also, I think it prevents g5 in a lot of positions because knight takes, pawn takes, and then queen g5. It's just a more flexible move than queen c2. It allows rook to d1, although queen c2 does the same. So, yeah, I think the queen is just a little safer in this square. But there might be an even more concrete reason. I have no idea. Queen e7, rook e1. Now he takes on c6. Now we see the queen hitting c6, but it would have done the same thing on c2. So, top to explain. Queen e6. That was perhaps.
Alright, 15.
The pawn, he goes on the roller coaster ride. Grandelius, bishop d7. Take a look that black is up 50 minutes on the clock, so Grandelius, the more experienced player, close to, well, definitely double the age of his young opponent. Queen back to c2, and now we do see, in fact, this move g5. So with the move queen c1, it might have been exactly that. I'm kind of learning on the fly here. Erdomus is even teaching me some things, like white queen c1. And we have knight h5, so he's going to try to grab the bishop, use the bishop pair, put some pressure on the position here. Potential counter, counters with the king side as well. Very sharp position. And the thing is, Erdomus is a superstar at playing these positions with no time on the clock. So e5 played. He now has 19 minutes. Takes on g3. Grandelius has had some good positions throughout this event. He just hasn't been able to bring the game home or stabilize. So g4. Now we have pawn takes on d6, opening up the rook to attack the queen. The knight is still hanging and looking to go to e5. And a very classy move from Niels, forcing the trade of the queens. The knight is still hanging. You have to move it. But now there's bishop takes d4, hitting the knight, and the knight can take the bishop for free. And then there's rook takes f2. And now anywhere you move the rook, there's a discovered attack, so you would think you have to go something like king h2, but then you would actually get mated. You would get mated, the bishop would cover the escape square, and there would be a wall of pawns that you can't jump over. It's an insane mating configuration. But so obviously that doesn't happen, or Erdomus counters the bishop. And the bishop can go all the way back here, but rook f4 is also there. Takes. The knight finally develops on the 25th move, and here you need to take with the rook. But just like the
What?
game
Why did he leave the
is that
bishop?
doesn't happen, Erdomus counters the bishop. And the bishop can go all the way back here, but rook f4 is also there. Takes. The knight finally develops on the 25th move.
I don't understand why he took that bishop and not the tower in particular. 34. Just 1 minute-ish ahead. Stay focused a bit here. We're doing good. I mean, we're working on our 400 set. We're halfway through. And we just have 300 push-ups to do. And yeah, I'm feeling confident that I'll be able to complete it within half an hour. So, kind of like shocking my arms. That's why I do these like rocks. 57.
And here you need to take with the rook. But just like the game against Erigaisu, he takes with the pawn, and that is literally all white needs. Erdomush at this very moment spots. Knight to d5. Had black played rook takes d6. Knight to d5 would have still been possible, but it would have been useless, because black would simply play rook d8, and we would have a rook and horse sandwich. When's the last time you've seen that, if ever? But c takes d6 allows this, and there is no rook to d8. I mean, there is, but it doesn't do anything, because after knight e7 I have a fork. A fork where your rooks will never actually protect each other. And that is completely brutal, because now Niels has to defend against all this, but here comes the rook, and despite white's king for a brief moment looking anemic, it's actually the black king that is far weaker. Invaded with the rook and two attacking horses. Beautiful horses, by the way. The horse was the story of the round. Rook e1, king h7, and Erdomush flushed down the stretch of this game. This king is simply mated. It's going to be simply mated. Knight to g8, knight to e6, forks galore, rook to d1, and the game ends with a mating net. Rook to h7 is made. The king is walled in. This is ruthless stuff from the young Turkish phenom. I mean, this is...
Unless he just has to move his pawn up. That's it. Is that? Anyways, 67 we're at. It's 7:57, so we're gonna get that back in 3 here. 68. That's 100 set. Now working on the 300 set. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 970 push-ups.
An incredible game. He needed only 3 pieces. And let it be known that one of those pieces didn't even make it out. Knight to f8 and a double rook and knight mate on the 7th rank. Insanity. I mean, like, what a game. He got the knight out on the 20.
Okay, let's start this 300 set before I make a message. feel what a better.
What up? Chillin'. Think the homies had to go use the restroom. Funny enough. No, I don't want. Which one? Don't go use a bathroom. Somebody go use a bathroom.
It's 8:04 right now. We're at 50 reps. So doing all right. Just gonna leave that party. I'll join later, half an hour or whatnot.
That's all it took. The game literally ended with only rooks and knights moving. And King H2 had to get out of the check, yes. Out of the danger. Incredibly impressive winner. Domush now 3 out of 4. He hasn't played Magnus yet, and now Magnus has officially tasted blood in his mouth. So he's probably going to be quite alive. He is, yeah, I think he's going to be in really aggro shape. Chu Jinner versus Andy Woodward. I have hyped up Andy throughout this event. We are going to get another Nightorf here, and I said there are a million moves. Jordan played F4. She plays Bishop D3, which is also a move that Jordan has played before. Chu Jinner is having a tough event. Everybody's going to try to play for a win, but in this game, she shows very nice preparation in the Nightorf. Very nice. Knight to D5, played after some time. That is a pawn sacrifice. There are other moves here. I don't actually know. In the database, this is already quite a rare line. Bishop D3 followed by E3.
64. I'm very kapoofed. Feel so done with this. But, you know, only 200 more after this. And hella time, like 3 hours and 55 minutes. So. It's 8:07 now, but
I think Andy here
it's
thought
okay.
for a long time and was like, I'm going to play out of the preparation of my opponent. Bishop takes.
It's 2:16. Meaning we could finish at 2:40. 2 hours and 40 minutes the video will be. Um, 80. I'm going for it here. finish this 100 set. And 3. All right, 100. All right, we're now on the 200 set.
The problem with playing in the Night of Sicilian to get out of your opponent's preparation is that very often the position is just immediately lost. And it's immediately lost. White is just threatening a3, so black has to act. He goes g6, she goes here, black is still threatening a3. White is still threatening a3 rather, and there's actually no way to stop a3 at all.
It's your personal information. Your same phone number and email is tied to everything you have, from your bank records to your...
All right, 16. Man, I really wish this was the last 100 set. It sure feels like it. Getting some pains now. My elbow joint. You know, I don't gotta rush anything. I know I'm working hard, but I might stop this whole 10-minute thing, but we're like at the end. I'd hate to do it. Alright, 30. 8:16 at 45. Gosh. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of energy left here. Thankfully, though, I'm almost finished. $78. Let's say 89. I kind of lost count, but it's alright. We'll finish this 100 setup. Starting from 89. Alright, that's the 100 set. On the last 100. Let's go. It's 8:20 right now, and I do not feel like I can do another 10 right now at this moment. We're chilling though. I mean, 3 hours and 40 minutes to do 100 push-ups. It's looking alright. 15. Eight 22. Okay. We're at 27 right now. This is the last 100 that we need to do. let's go. Alright, 62. There's 38 more push-ups. We're at 76. I feel my shoulders now a bit. It's probably like gonna be aching tonight and tomorrow. I just feel it like it's like got that kind of sensation to it that it's not something that's just gonna go away, you know, in 20 minutes after I finish. I mean, it could, like, it probably might, like, come down and kind of flare up in a few hours or something. Today is Thursday. I think I'm supposed to do punching today, I think. 26. Route 94. I'm gonna do 10 additional, just in case. Earlier, I kind of felt like I might have missed 10, but I don't think I did. I really don't think I did as much, but we're just for extra precaution, we're gonna do anyways. Alright, that is 1,270 push-ups.